A new trailer for the upcoming film Paper Towns has hit the web. Based on the book from the author of The Fault in Our Stars, John Green, Paper Towns tells a coming-of-age story centering on Quentin and his enigmatic neighbor Margo, who loved mysteries so much that she became one. After taking him on an all-night adventure through their hometown, Margo suddenly disappears, leaving behind cryptic clues for Quentin to decipher. The search leads Quentin and his quick-witted friends on an exhilarating adventure that is equal parts hilarious and moving. Ultimately, to track down Margo, Quentin must find a deeper understanding of true friendship and true love. Eric, do you buy or sell the trailer for Paper Towns?
Oh, I buy this. I buy this so much. I am such a sentimentalist. I love coming-of-age movies, and I love movies about kind of nerdy guys who get that chance to do an adventure with the girl of their dreams. I look at movies like License to Drive, when you have this crazy night where you get the girl of your dreams who would never, ever look at you. And what's interesting about this one is this is almost like a twist on that, because he gets the wild night adventure with the girl of his dreams, and then she disappears, and he sort of has to find her and find himself at the same time. I think it looks really good. I think it looks cool. I think the lead kid reminds me of Miles Teller. It was like,
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah, it was just like, he looks like Miles Teller, but a little bit younger. Let's cast him, But yeah, it feels really good. I think the last one, Fault in Our Stars, kind of reeked of a tearjerker. This reeks of something that's a little bit more fun and more spirited, and it just reminds me of some of those coming of age movies that I grew up with about kids that kind of went on adventures that involved the girls of their dreams. So I buy it.
You know what? The first 30 seconds of this trailer, I detested. I thought, oh, another paint by the numbers, little teen, blah, blah, blah. And then it made a right-hand turn, right? And I was like, wow. And then suddenly it turned into something that really rather fascinated me. I'm like, okay, now I know I want to know what's going on here. I want to know what path this kid takes. Where does this narrative actually go now? Suddenly it went from looking really stupid to, wait a minute, it's something completely different. And I ended up by the end of the trailer going, yeah, I want to see this movie. So if a trailer ends up making you say, I want to see this movie, then it did its job. I got to give it a buy.
Yeah. Every once in a while doing this job,
I love the intro.
I am asked to watch a trailer or, do some kind of research on something that it's in a genre that I hate. And so when I saw the title Paper Towns, and I was like, oh, from the guy from The Fault. So it took me a minute or two to want to watch the trailer. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this trailer. And I was with you. I was like, oh, God, garbage. Like right when it started. And then like about halfway through, I started to be like, oh, it's feeling like a little bit like a John Hughes film, or like a little bit.
That's a really good.
It had a little bit of that flavor that's the kind of film that is a coming of age film that I do enjoy. And it had characters and it had moments in it. And then I'll say this about the trailer. It got me. I want to see the movie now. Strangely enough, I'm interested enough to see it. But it was one of those things that I felt like they showed a little bit too much. It was like, just stop. All right, so she disappeared. Then just that's it. You got us. Don't show them all going on the adventure. Like I saved some of it. It feels like the first half of the movie they showed in the first half of the trailer, and the second half of the film is the last half of the trailer. I don't want to see the whole movie in a trailer. You sold me on it from the first half, and then she disappears, and maybe there's some clues. Paper Towns, come on, don't show everything. That's how I feel about it. But I really like the trailer, so I do want to see it.
To play devil's advocate, though, for a split second, though, is like I almost feel like if they didn't go into more later, I would have walked away from that trailer feeling like, okay, well, I just saw most of the movie.
Right.
By showing that turn, then there's the adventure that follows after that twist happens. Now I walk away going, oh, okay, so all this stuff with the girl that we saw in the beginning that I thought was the paint by number stuff at first, that's probably all first act. That might even be like the first part of the first act. And now I feel a little bit more confident in the film. But you might be right. I just kind of
I'm saying just a little less of what they show. That's all. Show that she disappears. Show that he has to go on a hunt to find her. But it just feels like they showed so much. So.
Well, you also have to say how much of the audience of this film knows the book and loves the book and read the book and already knows what happens. And so I think that they're trying to kind of sell you on sort of the entire story. And I think they tease the twist. And I agree. I wanted to see that twist in there. So it kind of opens it up to a different kind of movie. And it's also written by the dudes who did 500 Days of Summer. And that really sells me on it. Directed by the one that did Robot and Frank, which I wasn't crazy about, but I thought it had an interesting aesthetic. So I really like the team behind this. And I definitely think it could be one of those breakout kind of.
Well, they did something, right? They got all three of us grown-ass men like, hey, we're going to see Paper Moon's crying. Where is she? Yeah, it's like.